The Michael Hill Jewelers is, I've never bought jewelry in my life for anybody, right? You know. So, anyways, right beside the food court, there's a Michael Hill Jewelers, and we just wandered in just for fun. You know, what the heck? So we looked at rings that day, right? And I know she wanted a sapphire. Sapphire's her birth ring. It's September, right? Anyway, so this really helpful lady helped us there, and we looked at a bunch, and which included that one. It looks just like that, and we took a picture. Actually, not of that one. We took a picture of one that was really expensive, and posted it online. And on Facebook, it said, "So people, what do you think?" And of course, everybody's freaking out, thinking we got engaged. We were just joking with them, right? Okay, so then just forget all about that, you know, and didn't think anything more about it, right? And then I finally had the money in December, but I was like, I don't know how to shop. I know I went last summer to Oshawa Center just to shop around. And I went into Oshawa Jewelers, and the lady in there was rude as anything. She was just, I don't know, she was like, "What are you doing in here?" sort of thing, you know, like, she's got like big rocks on all of her fingers, right? And she's like older and looked at me like some, you know, lowly factory worker with no money, and it's like, "Oh, what do you want?" sort of thing. And I got turned off the whole thing, and I just didn't feel like, you know, I'm not gonna bother. So I waited till December. I had the money, and I was going to buy the ring between Christmas and New Year's, and then popped the question on New Year's Eve. Trouble was, I got sick. I was sick between Christmas and New Year's. Were. I was, and I didn't hardly get it out at all. And I was like, so Christmas Eve, we're there at the party we went to at the bar with the bomb and all that, and I wanted to. My plan originally was to ask her just after midnight, go up on stage, my friend Sean, say, you know, call us up for some stupid reason, and then I would pop the question to Zenith on stage, and all our friends were with us and everything, but the trouble was I didn't have the ring. So I was kicking myself that night. I was kind of grumpy, and I said to my friend Ray, "Oh man," I told him my plan, and he was freaking out. He's saying, "Oh, but can you just borrow a ring from somebody? Can we borrow a ring?" You know, he's like, "You don't need a ring. Just go ask her with a ring." And I was like, "No, we gotta do it right. I gotta do it right." So anyways, finally after Christmas, I finally found some time, and I went to the Oshawa Center, walking up and down, looking at there's tons of jewelry stores. I never noticed in the work because I never bought jewelry, right? And
the one at the Whitby Mall is really nice.
Graziella? Yeah, I've heard. Whatever. I was thinking about that one too, but I really didn't. I was like lost. Like I'd never bought jewelry, and I was like, oh. And I'm afraid they're gonna. Anyways, walking up the mall, I look at all. There's Ben Moss. There's Oshawa Jewelers.
You should have taken Julie with you. She wouldn't let anybody pull the wool over your eyes. Yeah. I agree with you.
Yes.
How do you know that they say this is a, you know, carat, how many carats it is? You don't know. And the same with a gold bracelet or something.
Yeah.
Like, how do you really know? You have to trust them. Or shop around.
Shop around, yeah. Well, that's what I did. I started off, I always start at the south end. I always park at the south end. I walk my way north, right? Yeah. Walking my way north, and I was like, oh, there's a jewelry store. I didn't know that jewelry store. Oh, I didn't even know these jewelry stores.
There's quite a few.
And I was looking at them all. I was like, I don't know. And then I got up just past Birdie's Chocolates, and there was a Michael Hill Jewelers. And I was like, oh, Michael Hill. That's the same as in the Markville Mall. Okay. And I thought, wow. And it was empty because it's, you know, January 9th.
Everybody's broke.
Yeah, so I walk in, and really friendly Spanish lady behind the counter, right? And I told her.
How did you know what size?
Well, I didn't, like, she said, I said, I don't know what size. They said, don't worry about that. It's all covered. It's all covered in the price of the ring. Just bring it back and we'll size it for you, right? So, size is irrelevant, right?
I know that, but that one looks like it fits.
It does, surprisingly enough.
Yeah, it just
does, yeah. So, I know I'm giving you the long story, but so anyways, I bought the ring there, and it turned out I bought the same one that we've been looking at Markville Mall. And because I remembered, oh, we looked at this one back then. I thought, you know what, I'll get it now. So anyways, had the ring, and then I was wondering when I'm going to give it to her. But my friend Bob at work invited us to go to Medieval Times. And at first he said he was going to be celebrating his daughter's birthday. And that popped into my head. I thought, oh, wow, my kid's birthday's around that time. Why don't we invite Laura and Cameron and have birthdays there? And then, you know what, as everything came together, and I thought, you know what, this is going to be the perfect time to ask Zenith. And so what happened is I had a Laura over at my house, and I don't know, we were just there for a few minutes, so I pulled the ring out and I showed it to her, and she was like, oh wow, she was the first person that I showed, right?
That's nice.
And she really liked it, and I told her about the Medieval Times plan, and she loved it. She said, "That's fantastic. That's perfect. That's great." So that's when I went ahead and ordered the tickets, and Bob and Josephine and Ray and Mary Jean, they were all coming. But Ray, he was hesitant. He was like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to do that, you know." And I said, "Well, I'm playing the Racing Zenith over there." And he says, "Oh, well, that's a different story," you know, sort of thing. So he wasn't like, him and Mary Jean didn't even want to come at first, but once I told him that I was planning that, then they made sure they could come. And same with Bob and Josephine. They were kind of grumpy that I had already ordered tickets ahead of time, because I don't have a lot of money, right? So I bought them when they were on sale, and I didn't get any upgrades. I just figured I'm happy if I'm in the back row, no problem.
Yeah, right.
But Bob really wants to be in the front row, so what he did is he actually upgraded all of us out of his own pocket. So he spent $100 on upgrading us all to the front row, and he said that's my gift for you guys. And I was like, oh, that's really nice. So when I called to book, I asked about the engagement thing, and they said, oh, we have to buy our engagement package, blah blah blah, all this. And I was like, oh, I don't have to spend extra money for it. I just want to ask my girlfriend to marry me, you know. And they said, well, you got to pay for that, you know. So then I didn't want to spend that. I'd already spent $300 in tickets. So we got there, and I was wondering, I've been running through my head like for weeks on how to do it, and I was thinking, I just want us to be able to sit like on the, they got like thrones there, you just sit on them, and then do like a little video and say, oh, here we are having another adventure, and by the way, and then get Laura to hold the phone and then ask her. But it didn't turn out that way. We got there, I had no clue when I would ask her, or where, or anything. But it just so happens that Ray had a plan up his sleeve to pay for us for the engagement thing. And I just had, Mary Jean had taken Zenith off to take pictures.
Yeah, I just realized it after that. Yeah, that's why you guys are gone. Like,
Yeah, it was all planned. They were all planning, but even they were even going to surprise me too. Like I happened to come up to the counter because I had to go to the washroom, but I had to have my ticket to go to the washroom, and Josephine had my ticket. So I went up to get my ticket from Josephine so I could go to the washroom, and she was like, what are you doing here? And I said, I need my ticket for the washroom. And then Ray said, well, good thing you are here anyways, because we're going to get you the engagement thing. And I was like, what? Really? So anyways, they tried to sell us the whole package. You get like a bottle of champagne and pewter goblets and all this stuff, and it's $220 for that. And I said, I don't need it for that. I just want to do the knighting ceremony, and then I'll do it there. And then it's like $40 for that. So Ray and Mary Jean paid for that, and so it was a team effort. So that was their gift to us. And then so we were standing there, and they started the knighting ceremony. So I don't know if you've never been there, but they've got like the king there, and they'll call people up. It's usually for special occasions.
birthday or big brother, become big brothers.
Yeah, mostly kids, right? Kids come up, oh, it's your 10th birthday, blah, 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 and they'll go on their knees and they'll
Okay,
do that,
okay,
yeah.
alright,
So,
I guess I haven't been there.
so we kind of, as Zenith wondered what was going on, and we led her on, we said, oh, they're going to call everybody up and do that. She's like, really?